What's up, everybody? It's Thursday night, and you know what that means? It's time for Three Old Men. Because we're old and we're men. We're men in tights. We
And
roam
there's
around
three
the
of us.
forest looking for fights.
I like that movie.
That's a good movie.
It was on TV the other day.
Oh, did you watch it?
I watched. It was at the scene where they were on the bridge, and they had Master Robin had to fight Little John
Little
to get
John,
across the
yeah.
bridge.
And he knocks
John
into the
Little.
stream.
John Little, and he's like, "This isn't like it's the Grand Mississippi. Look, I'm on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast.
Help me! I can't swim." He's just splashing water. Oh Lord! But anyway, that is a good movie. If you haven't watched the chat, please go watch Robin Hood Men in Tights after you watch us. Watch us first. It's very important. We need the views. So I am one of your hosts, Clint Diesel, and off to my left and lefter.
Right,
More left.
You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, it is your right.
Is it my right? For me, it looks like my left.
Yeah.
On the screen, it looks like my left.
Yeah,
But it is
stage
my
right.
No, see, this is right, and it's pointing away from you. No, this is my left. Okay, this is throwing. Can somebody please flip the screen, please?
I mean,
Anyway, I'm Clan Diesel. This is Double Up Buck. That's Dr. Diz. You know what we fucking do here. Let's get into it. All right. So
I still think we need segments to the show.
I like how this is the dichotomy of this, chat. This is the dichotomy of this, right? I'm very unprepared, chaos, let it flow. Diz has a 15-page workbook in Excel about how the show should go and how long each segment would be. He should be a timer for the WWE. Like, this fucking thing is going a little bit long. Let's take her home, boys. Let's take her home. And then Buck is somewhere in the middle. He's okay with chaos, but he also likes a little order. He's like the yin and yang.
that's from being in the Navy on a submarine. I'm okay with doing both.
There you go. There you go. Also, that's what the people of Singapore said about Buck as well. He's okay with doing both.
That's not true. Because over there, you're allowed to check the goods before purchase.
I'm just saying, Chad, that song One Night in Bangkok is actually a biographical song about Buck.
I was not in Bangkok, so that's not true.
He did make the hard men humble. If you know,
I wasn't
what I mean.
in Bangkok. I can validate I was not there.
You were not in Bangkok, so Bangkok was in you.
Negative, sir. I can validate that too. And after the stream chat, he's getting a video footage to prove.
But really, honestly, in Bangkok in us all. I know it's been at least 3 knuckles deep in me this week. I don't know about everybody else.
Glenn, your problem is they aren't even using lube.
I know, but I wish they would.
They're raw dogging you so bad that
at
you
least
sit down straight.
At least be nice about it. Okay, well, that was an intro.
Why is Diz's face so red?
I don't. Well, he's about died twice at least so far that he's getting verklempt.
All this talk of Bangkok.
I mean, Diz did almost die to the point he doubled over and all we saw was the button on his hat.
Hey, in honor of the late great Paul Rubens, the secret word for this week's show, chat, is Bangkok.
You're playing the drinking game at home. Just remember Bangkok.
That's and also, if you started from the beginning, you're probably already dead.
I mean,
Diz
should be refilling his glass by now. I have a little bit of a bigger glass than he does.
I have this one Diet Coke. So, how's everybody doing? Chat, how you doing? Diz, Double Up Buck, how are you both doing? Hold on. Buck is thirsty. Remember, chat, hydrate. It's important.
I was catching up. You said we had to drink every time we heard the magic word.
That's he had to catch up to all those Bangkoks.
Damn it, you asshole.
So we crocheting. Chad is crocheting. Nice. What are you crocheting? Are you crocheting a character from a movie or a hip happening TV show? Or is it just like a blanket? Because you can crochet about anything. Blankets, shirts.
In some
underwear.
circles.
Can you crochet
I've heard-
underwear?
I mean, why can't you?
Well, that's my question, right? Can you crochet underwear? Is it possible? Would you wear crocheted underwear?
I think it'd be a little itchy.
See, that's me. That's what I'm thinking. It'd be a little itchy, right?
If
But
can
you know,
see.
I've heard that in some circles it's also called crotcheting.
I tried to do that in high school. It didn't
I
go
think
well.
I think you mean crotchless.
No,
Can you crochet crotchless
I mean,
underwear?
are you asking can you crochet while wearing crotchless, or can you crochet crotchless underwear? Because
This is
you could
getting-
probably do both.
Way too meta. Okay.
But if you crochet crotchless underwear, will the underwear actually hold up?
I mean, why wouldn't it?
Well, there's nothing like there's nothing to bring it all together there in the middle.
Ah!
What up,
Well,
Slaw?
Do you know how crochet works?
Yes, I do. You know
Hell
why?
no.
Because here's a secret behind the scenes take. Savage Sally actually crochets.
Well, then, if you know how it works, then it would be the same premise as if it was stitched the same way as crotchless would be. You would still have material on both sides.
Maybe. Can you crochet assless chaps?
I mean, why not?
Well, don't chaps have to be leather?
I mean, if you're
Can you
doing
have
if you're doing it for the aesthetic purposes of it being assless chaps, I'd say that you could make them as crocheted items.
can we stream in assless chaps?
I mean,
Crocheted assless chaps.
You mean,
I mean,
you guys aren't right now?
I'm naked
mean, I'm
from the
not
waist
either.
down. I thought that we were allowed to be whatever we wanted to be as long as nips weren't showing on screen.
I find your lack of pants disturbing.
I mean, I thought
I
that
don't
was
know.
what we were supposed to always do.
Are all chaps assless? Is that just a thing?
No, not
you
all
have-
chaps.
Assful chaps?
You can have full coverage chaps
That's what yeah, I guess
to
you
keep your blue jeans from getting messed up.
can.
Yeah.
Can you have assless jeans?
I've unfortunately seen those. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Was it in Bangkok?
Nope. It was in Southern California in San Diego.
See, chat, that's the thing. You have to loop it around. You have to loop it around. It's a circle. An Ouroboros, if you will, chat. Because we don't just make jokes and ha-has here. We're actually quite knowledgeable. Just saying. But I do
Apparently,
have
y'all
a
ain't
little
never
bit.
been out on summer break in
of-
San Diego, California.
I've never been to California, sir.
I've been stationed there for
close
3 years.
As close as I have been to California is Las Vegas. That's as far west as I have been.
So you went
Vegas.
to the devil's butthole?
Yep, smelled like it too. Although it was a dry heat, I will say that it's a dry heat. It's not like here.
And Death
There,
Valley's his
you're-
taint.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's true.
Here, it's a wet heat, which is also
Yeah.
the name of Clay Diesel's sex tape.
That's true. It is. That is. Get it now by subscribing to our fourth wall page at the $50 level. You also get a cool Discord role and access to our sub-only Discord channel. You
Is
can
that
get
where
that at
you
lower
go?
levels.
Is that where you go full limon?
Yep. Full lime on. That's actually a scene in the tape.
About 10
yeah.
minutes in.
Oh, by the way, we have the channel points back since we're back over here on Twitch.
Yay! Yep.
So you can actually make a limon.
You can make a limon. It's there. It is there. Although they're supposed to be bringing that to the other site soon. They told a bunch of stuff they were bringing out
Wait, did you say
yesterday.
to the site that shall not be named?
I said the other site, yes.
Ah! It's limon.
I am limon. You thought I was gone, but I was merely sleeping. I am back, mortals. No one can stop the limon.
Where was he? Probably in
that's
Bangkok.
So a little bit of gaming news, if you will let me. A big news came out today regarding a game that we are all familiar with. That game is Destiny.
Destiny.
So as you know, our dearly beloved Commander Zavala, Lance Reddick, passed away before he could record the stuff for Final Shape. So everybody was kind of wondering what was going to happen. So everybody figured there was one of two things, right? They would either recast the role, or they would give Zavala like in movie death scene and replace him with another character, a new Titan Vanguard. So they didn't do that. So Zavala is going to remain there. However, they recast his voice actor. And they recast it. And you're right, Sly. I think if you are going to keep Zavala around, I think this is the person that would be the best person for that. And I think Lance Reddick would probably agree as well, not wanting to put, anything in his, in his mouth. But they announced today that Keith David, who you may know better as Goliath from the Gargoyles, and the Admiral in Mass Effect, and Sergeant whatever in Halo, right, is the new Zavala, starting with Final Shape and going forward. So, so there you go. There's a little bit of gaming news right there. So what do you guys think? Keith David, Goliath, taking over for Zavala.
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've watched Gargoyles, so I'm not sure how well the voices match up.
Gargoyles was such a good show. Yes, it was Disney's Batman. That is honest to God's truth. It was Disney's answer to Batman the Animated Series. That's why they made it.
Oh, Care Bear Mama, you know who Zavala is. You played the Destiny.
We know you've played the Destiny, for we have played the Destiny with you. Also, what was he in Halo? You know more about Halo than I do, Diz. Who was he in Halo? Wasn't he like a sergeant or something in Halo? He was somebody in Halo.
He's not Sarge. Right? That's not who does the voice for Sarge.
Oh, no, hold on. I'll look it. Hold on, chat. I shall look it up. I thought somebody said that he was in Halo. Maybe I'm just wrong.
I mean, his deep voice, he may be one of the brutes.
Who he may be. Keith David Halo. He voiced the Arbiter.
Oh, the Arbiter, yeah.
There you go. He was the Arbiter. There you go. Boom. Voiced the Arbiter. But yeah, so there you go. I know him better as the Admiral in Mass Effect. That's where I know him. Well, in video games, I know him as that, but I know him the best as Goliath from Gargoyles.
All right, there you go.
Because Goliath is very good.
Sent you your Streamloots there.
Yeah, Streamloots. Remember, chat, we do have stream loots for stuff. So just exclamation point sloots. You dirty birds.
Dude, we have to talk about the biggest game out right now. The game that is causing certain developers to lose their freaking minds.
Does this game have the number 3 in it?
It does.
Does the name of it rhyme with Smolder's Bait?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Actually, it rhymes with Bangkok, actually. No, it doesn't rhyme with that, but there's a lot of that in it.
There he is. I will say this game has the most cock that I've seen in a while. But there's also vulva. That's what it says in the screen, right? It says vulva.
That's the term. That's the
So
term it
that's what
uses.
we'll say it. Vulva. Why was Bangkok the word of the day? You're right. In honor of Paul Rubens passing away.
You said it.
Bangkok is the word of the day. And also because earlier we were talking about Buck going both ways in Singapore. And he said he was never, and I said, you know, he was never in Bangkok. And I said, that's right, Buck. Bangkok, it wasn't you. And then so that led to all this going on. So there you go. And now you're all caught up. Although to be the people on YouTube are going to love this. Remember, when we upload the video, we have to tag Bangkok in the video.
You've said Bangkok like 5 times at least right there.
Yeah, I know. We're not.
You're
we're
trying
not
to kill everybody.
Somebody's dead. Yes.
So there's Baldur's Gate 3.
Yep.
Oh,
you got a drink, Diz. Yep. So, yep, Baldur's Gate 3. There it is.
Yep. So the big thing here is the game came out and it's a fun game. Even if you don't even really like D&D or anything like that, it kind of walks you through it. And I feel like even if you didn't play D&D, you would still be into this game. Like,
yeah.
Even if you're not into turn-based strategy, it's still just a fun game. So.
Yeah, it's cool though because it's built on 5e rules and stuff. Like if you do play D&D, you pick up on it immediately with how you build your character, and then when you actually start the game, you're less than 5 minutes into the game and you're already rolling ability checks and stuff. And it rolls a d20 right there and adds in your modifiers, shows you how it's adding in the modifiers, what those are. It's when you're into it after a little while, you're like, well, I'm just playing D&D in a totally virtualized game.
Do I stop my cruise? I did. I have not beaten Tears of the Kingdom, and I switched over to playing Baldur's Gate 3.
I don't even want to talk about it because I have Zelda to play. I have Final Fantasy 16 to finish. I'm working on Final Fantasy 14 at the same time. I've got because Final Fantasy 14 dropped Power Ranger armor. I've got to go in and get Power Ranger armor. But yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 has just came out and dominated the gaming space. I saw today that it's got a higher Metacritic than Tears of the Kingdom now. Everybody is hard talking that it will be Game of the Year for the Game Awards this year. Which everybody thought pretty much that it was either going to be Zelda or Final Fantasy 16.
Nope.
But why don't you clue us in on some of the drama that you were talking about there earlier, Diz, that Baldur's Gate 3 has produced?
So, I don't know specific companies, but I have been seeing certain big name developers of games, just going out of their way to make comments about Baldur's Gate 3, like they're saying that people shouldn't expect this to be the standard because once you start playing the game, there's such detail in the game that if you play a druid or a character that can cast speak with animals on yourself, then you can talk to any animal in the game.
And there's some quests that you get from these animals that you can only get if you have a character that can speak with animals.
Or you can play through the whole game and not talk to any animals, and you still have a
That's
bunch
true.
of fun. It's there's just so many details and options in the game that other companies are worried that we as the consumer are going to expect them to live up to this level.
Hmm.
Some of them are saying like this is like the equivalent of 3 or 4, development hours, 3 or 4 game like full game productions of development hours,
Yep.
in one game. So
Hmm. Well, here is the big thing about Larian and Baldur's Gate 3, right? So a little bit of background here, Chad, just to kind of catch you up on the history of Baldur's Gate. So the original Baldur's Gate came out probably 30 years ago at this point, right? Made by BioWare, who goes on to make Knights of the Old Republic and Mass Effect and oh shit, what's the other fantasy brand that they have that was on Xbox? Shit, I've got the games right here in front of my face
Divinity,
actually.
Divinity.
Uh no, that's Larian that made
Oh,
Divinity.
Larian. I'm
That's
sorry.
Steve. Yep. Yep. They made shit,
Oh,
I
you're talking
can't
about
believe that.
the. Okay.
There's three of them. I can't remember the name of them right now, but I own all of them.
One
Not a
released
surprise.
in '98.
Classes Dragon Age.
Dragon Age. Yeah, Dragon Age. That's it. Dragon Age. Yes. So they made that, right?
Yep.
And then they got scooped up by EA. The IP lay dormant for 25 years.
Yes.
Wizards, after Larian came out with Divinity and Divinity 2, Wizards of the Coast was so impressed with it, they decided to give them the license for D&D, and that's what Larian really wanted anyway, and gave them permission to make a Baldur's Gate 3. Now, development of this game has been happening for a long, long time. And in fact, the game was finished 3 years ago. But they spent the last 3 years just tinkering with it, getting it right, which
It's
is
been in
something
early
unheard of.
access for an entire year.
Yeah. I bought the game in 2020.
In
I
2020,
looked it on
has it been
Steam.
that
Yes.
long?
Yes. I bought the game in 2020.
Okay.
That's when it entered early access. So literally, it's been 3 years in early access, letting people alpha and beta test the game, fixing things as they went along. So it launches, right? And it goes against everything that modern gaming does, right? So it launches, there's no monetization, there's no battle pass, there's no season pass, there's no day one DLC. There's the only thing you can buy extra for the game that's not included in the base game is you can buy a deluxe pack that gives you like the soundtrack and some character sheets and some dice and stuff that you can use in the game. That's it. It's like $10 or something like that if you want it. Uh, right now they have no plans right now for making DLC for the game. It is one story from beginning to end, and that's it. That's all. You buy the game and you're done. It's like we're in the 90s again. Of course they're going to patch the game if there's bugs. They've already released like 2 or 3 hot fixes for the game so far.
Right.
One came out today, I believe. But it's not 2020 game design.
So I've also realized something else. Um, you can play the game as a single player, or you can start a multiplayer game.
Mm-hmm.
If you start a multiplayer game with your friends, and they don't want to play one of the kind of the canned NPCs or characters they throw in the game for you, then they have to start with you at the beginning and create a custom character. So
Mhm.
as long as they do that, they can always come jump in, jump out, and play and stuff like that. Anyway, me and Clan started a game the other night, and I made a druid, and he made a sorcerer. And we played through a little
Yep.
bit, and it was really fun. I think the more people you have in there, the more fun it will be because it becomes
Oh
this
yeah.
like Clan was sitting there talking to somebody, and I got to kind of listen to the conversation, and I could click on the options that I wanted him to pick, and it would show
Mhm.
him, "Hey, I want you to pick this one," but he could just
Yep.
pick whatever he wanted to because he was in the driver's seat. And then
Yep.
sometimes I was in the driver's seat and vice versa. So
Mhm.
that was really interesting. So we made some pretty good decisions, I think, and we kind of got through the game and a little ways into the game. But last night, Clan couldn't get on play, so I jumped on my rogue, my thief character, and was playing. And I don't make good decisions when I'm by myself, apparently, because I went to this little town and some kid stole some like stuff out of my pack or something like that, was scamming me. Um, in the game, I may have threatened the children with violence. Then maybe their parents found out and weren't too happy about it. And then I tried to lie to the parents and say that I didn't do that and I failed to save and might have had to kill all the parents in the town.
Oh no. Oh
it,
Lord.
re-
Okay.
it really went
That's-
sideways on me there. So,
Zach says, "Damn, Clandis, you sold me. You talk about this game like you do Mike in the bedroom. Just love." Sly says, "Disc screw to bear," which is an option. You can do that. And then Zach says, "If I buy on PC, can we play together?" Yes. You
yes.
buy it on Steam, of course, like everything else that's on Steam. If you buy it on Steam, you can play together. Is it up to four can play in a single
Four.
game, or is it more than
Yeah.
that? Okay,
No,
four.
four.
Four. Okay. Yep. So there you go. So four people can play together in multiplayer. But it is fun. If you're streaming Baldur's Gate 3, there's Twitch integration so that you can have chat actually pick and vote on what they want you to click on in the discussion trees and stuff. So there's that. That's pretty cool. I know one streamer had said that they have over 60 hours in just the first chapter of the game.
Yeah, I can see that.
So that's, I mean, it's the game is crazy. Like I played it for the first time on Tuesday night. Because I went in and created a single player character and that was it. And but then Diz wanted to play, so we was like, well, we'll play multiplayer. So we play multiplayer, and yeah, Diz does play like a monster. And it was just crazy, man, how detailed the game is, how pretty the game is. It was very nice. My hats off to Larian Studios for making it. But I can see the bones of Divinity too
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
in the game. You can tell that this game is a child of Divinity 2, 100%. It's just they got to use the license they always wanted to.
And I don't know if anybody's played Divinity 2, but Divinity 2, very similar to this game, except so far, the combat in Divinity 2 is probably twice as hard as the combat that I faced in this game.
Yeah,
They
I
made
think
this
they've
one a
made the
little
combat
more
better.
user friendly.
Yeah, they've made combat better in Baldur's Gate 3 than in Divinity 2, 100%. But like I was saying earlier, BioWare made the first Baldur's Gate, and I think Baldur's Gate 2, they made it as well.
Pretty sure.
Because it was either BioWare or Obsidian. I know Obsidian made Knights of the Old Republic too.
I mean, I've got the disc right over there. I can go look.
But BioWare used to be like this. They would put out a complete game. Here it is. It ran. It was beautiful. It was nothing that was around like it, before. And then that kind of stopped. They got bought. It kind of stopped. Now they're famous for Mass Effect 2. You bought it, you had to have the day one key that came in the new game. If you bought it used, the key didn't work. And then there's immediate DLC when you first bought it. So And now Larian is taking that title away. My question is this. So we got Baldur's Gate 3 this month. The only game that I can think of that will be anything like Baldur's Gate 3 is Starfield. That is going to be a big RPG by Bethesda. Comes out next month. I will say it right now. If you have Game Pass, you've already got the game. You'll just be able to play it launch day on Game Pass.
I really like the advertising they got here. I like the color scheme.
I do like have you seen the controller and stuff that they made for Starfield? It's very pretty. It's a white controller, but it's got like the little red and little lines there at the bottom of the screen there on the controller and the headset and stuff. It is kind of nice.
This is making me think of like, the original trilogy Star Wars type of posters. Just like it's almost a retro feel. Good.
Yep. I think that's on purpose too, to be honest with you. But this will be the only game that I can think of that's coming out recently, or here soon in the case of Starfield, that is anywhere close to Baldur's Gate. So it'll be interesting to see, because now there's always Bethesda jank, right? Especially when a game first starts out. So what do you all think? How do you think it'll go between these two?
It's hard to say. I feel like other space games that have came out in the past, they haven't, like, there was big expectations for them, and then they just didn't live up to what the hype was.
I know the game you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they went back and fixed it. I haven't went back to play it, but a lot of people saying that they fixed a lot of the stuff. But if you don't kind of come out of the gate firing,
yeah,
you lose people, and then they don't come back because there's just so many other options on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, No Man's Sky.
Yeah, No Man's Sky. What do you think, Bug?
I haven't looked into Starfield. I wouldn't know.
But you've played Bethesda games before. Have you ever played Elder Scrolls or Fallout or anything like that?
Nope. I have not played any of their stuff.
They're famous for being a little bro. That's why you've never played Skyrim?
Nope.
I thought everybody owned 3 copies of Skyrim on different platforms. I thought it was law.
That's true. That's me. I own it. Yeah.
Nope. I've never really found that as an interest, to be honest.
I figured Skyrim would be right up your alley.
I mean, it probably would be, except for the fact that if I'm going to play a game, anything like that, I already have those games.
What game do you think is like that?
I mean, if I'm going around and from what I've seen of gameplay and stuff like that, of going through a world and looting it and all that mess, I mean, Fable's not much different than that from what I can tell.
Skyrim and even like the older Elder Scroll games are like Fable times 10.
But I mean, at the same time,
maybe even times
that's true.
Well, I'm not even worried about the size of the game itself or the world. It's more of, you loot everything, and then you're to the point of you're dragging ass to the point that you can't even walk. You got to throw everything on the ground.
Well, now you're talking about Diz playing Skyrim. Now, there's a difference between playing Skyrim and Diz playing Skyrim. These are two very different things here.
What do you got in your inventory? I've got an entire set of Encyclopedia Britannica, 3 cheese wheels.
Yep.
Well,
and the innkeeper.
But in that regard, that's how, like, if you see me play 7 Days to Die, that's how I play. I loot the entire contents of every building I go into. You know, if I've got a wrench on me, I'm breaking down everything I can, getting every component possible. So, but I never found the appeal of playing Skyrim.
I think
I
my
was always
toaster came
more
with
into
Skyrim.
MMOs.
Your what? Your toaster
I
came
think,
Sky?
I think my toaster came with a copy of Skyrim. Yeah.
I think I was playing Champions of Norath when Skyrim came out.
Oh yeah, Champions of Norath. That was on the PS2, wasn't it? Or was
I
it
believe so.
on? Yeah, Champions of Norath. It was like an action RPG
Yeah,
set
I
in
was playing it,
EverQuest.
but I never, like I said, I never got into the Elder Scroll. I mean, like I said, I've never really played Bethesda anything.
Yeah. Now you're right. One, Sly, I am surprised that he never played Skyrim or Morrowind or Oblivion, something like that. Two, yeah, he would burn up some ESO. I'm pretty sure.
I ain't playing ESO. You either getting on Final Fantasy or ESO. You ain't getting all three.
ESO,
WoW's not going any fucking where.
I
So
didn't
you're
like
only
it
getting
as
one.
much because you can't steal everything inside. So, like you
That's
can in
true.
Skyrim.
It doesn't feed this is kleptomania.
Wow.
Something about
But
those
yeah,
games. I just have to take everything.
that is true. That is true. That is true. I think I'm curious as how everything will do because Baldur's Gate 3, I think, will definitely have more polish than Starfield. And because nobody really knew how Baldur's Gate 3 was going to be, and now it's out and it's got like 900,000 concurrent players playing it. I
What
don't
do
know
we
if
know
there's
about
enough time.
Starfield? Is it a storyline? Is there or is it
There is
just
story.
or does it just dump you out into an ever expanding universe?
No, I'm pretty sure there is a story.
But see, I didn't get into like Fantasy Star or any of that either.
I never played Fantasy Star.
When I didn't play Fantasy Star growing up, but I did buy. I have a copy of Fantasy Star 3 for the Sega Genesis in my shelf over here that I bought off eBay because I wanted one. And then I bought Fantasy Star, the Sega Ages collection on Switch. And that game, listen, for being on the Sega Master System, that game is amazing. Because they're doing things in that game that they should not be able to on the Sega Master System. Two, that you couldn't do on the Nintendo Entertainment System either. It was crazy. Very good game. I would definitely suggest trying it. It's like $5 a lot of times on sale on the Switch. I highly suggest that you try it
Oh, I
out. It's
mean,
very good.
I had some people back when one of the guys that I used to mod for, he doesn't really stream right now. One of a fellow mod for him, he tried to get me into playing it, and I was like, I looked into it. I was like, I just don't really want to play it. And looking at Starfield, it seems like it's going to be about the same.
Yeah, I would expect
I
it to be
don't.
about the same, just in space.
Yeah,
I figure, it's going to be Fallout, Skyrim in space.
And I don't know. I just don't know if I'm really wanting to be a part of that.
What I take away from those games, the Elder Scrolls, and I'll probably play Starfield a little bit. I don't know how much I'll get into it, but it's the exploration for me. Of course, the stealing everything inside is always a bonus, but I like to explore. And in Skyrim, if you see like a mountain, you could just go over there and climb up on the side of the mountain, and then you'll find like a cave, and then there's this Swedish guy in the cave. I don't know if you played Skyrim and found the Swedish guy in the cave, but he's in there.
I've not found a Swedish guy in a cave. No. No. Also, much like everyone else, I've never completed Skyrim.
Yeah. The main,
But
I bet I
mean,
have 200 hours into it, but the main storyline is not complete.
but my big question though is the Starfield in the circles that we run in,
Mhm.
is it going to be the same as Lost Ark and New World? Is everybody going to hype it up? Going to jump into it, play it for about a month to two, and then get fucking tired of it and throw it to the side like they've done everything else?
A lot of people
Because
will.
because
Probably,
that's
yeah.
one reason why I'm tired of all this new bullshit that keeps coming out, because nobody has time to devote to those type of games, and they get sick of the grind and they walk away from it. And then when I'm actually into a game like that and I'm grinding, everybody falls off. And that's why I don't get into games like that anymore, because WoW is something I ain't going to give up until they shut it down. Final Fantasy, you've seen me in action, Clan, when I sit down and devote time to it.
I have.
Valheim, you and Diz know what I can do. When you give me a week and enough resources, I'll give you a whole damn city. So
That's true. And to be fair, to be 100% transparent, chat, we would still be playing Valheim.
Once they get it fully done and they say we're not going to add anything else, I'll go back 100%. To it.
Yes, 100%.
And I'll complete that sucker to its entirety.
That game
but
is
that's
very
what I'm
good.
saying. Like the grind, New World, everybody started out and they're like, this is great. And then they couldn't handle the grind anymore.
I don't know if it was the grind in New World. I think the biggest problem with New World is that they had everything planned out to a certain point.
Well, I'm talking about the people that we play with. I'm talking about the people we play with.
Yeah.
Not the whole population that plays the game. Just the circles of people that we play with. Because some of the ones I play with, like that ran with Tyson, Awkward Tyson, when he was streaming, they would rush to end game. And then they would burn out because they would have nothing else to do.
Right. And I think that's a big problem with games like that. Yeah.
Right. And then some of his people would be caught up in the, well, I'm trying to get all of my profession stuff done, but the grind sucks. And then they would just quit. Well, if you're not prepared for the grind, if you're not a grinder and ready for that long haul, don't play that kind of game, because that's what it's designed for. You can't get your professions done if you're not prepared.
That's 100% true. Yeah.
Just like Final Fantasy 14. If you want to do your profession jobs, knuckle down and hold on, because you have to do them all, because they're all interlocked.
They're all interconnected. Yeah. They are.
And if you want to level one to max, you've got to level them all to max.
You either got to be prepared to do them all, or be prepared to pick the ones you like and go and buy the components for off the other jobs.
Well, at that point, you've got to grind your ass off for the guild so that you can buy the stuff you need to get the jobs done.
Yeah. 100%.
So it's a grind either way. You're either grinding every profession out, or you're grinding to get the gold or guild to buy what you need to finish that job.
I will not be doing the professions. I don't want to do them all.
On the main on the main one in Final Fantasy, the one that's got level 70 jobs, I will have those all maxed. They will all be done. Every class, every job, every profession will be maxed 100%, and then I will stop playing until the next shit comes out. Just like I do in WoW. I will max everything out, and then I'll wait till the next expansion.
Yep. And luckily with 14, that's exactly what they want you to do.
Because that's how I play MMOs. That's how I grind. I grind everything, and then I can stop.
Oh, you don't have to do.
So many people can't.
Yeah,
they get too overwhelmed.
You don't have to do alts on 14 Sly. You don't have to. You can. But you don't have to.
No, see, the thing is, when I say my main, I'm on 2 different servers.
Mm-hmm.
I have a guy I served with in the submarine force. He wasn't able to shift to the server that me, Clan, Diz, and Stacks are on. I made a new character over there because he is on a different time frame, work schedule wise, than everyone else is. I made a character to play solely with him. I have my main over with Stacks of them to run everything else. And that character is the one that has everything pretty much in the 60s to 70 range.
Yep. Word.
But I mean, that's like with World of Warcraft. Diz and Clan, even you, Sly, I've seen it firsthand. Y'all make a new character, I can fit you out with some of the best shit in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I've put
This
the
is true.
time in to make that happen.
This is true.
But you can't be looking at the professions and going, where do I start in 14 for a prime example, and go, well, I'm going to start here, and then figure out, oh, fuck, I got to do them all. And then you get overwhelmed and you're like, okay, I'm done. Because the moment you let that sink in, just stop all job professions, because you don't need to be there. If you get overwhelmed at that thought, just walk away from doing crafting.
Yeah.
Because it is an
Crafting and
overwhelming.
crafting and WoW at first, well, before it was a little more intuitive, I guess. You could just kind of stumble into it and kind of do it. Maybe to max it out, you had to like really focus in. But the newer system, for me on the outside, because I haven't learned it at all, it seems very foreign to me, and so
Yeah.
I would have to sit down and spend some time on it.
That's my problem with it. It's just like, why did you break it? It was good before.
So in the classic version of WoW, up to 200 is like what you were saying, is you just stumble into it and go, oh, I need to go get copper. For example, if you're doing armor or blacksmithing, you just, oh, I need copper. Once you got past 200 to get to 300, that's where it became advanced. You had to choose, are you a weaponsmith or an armor smith? Because at that point you started getting into more intricate designs. Your schematics changed. You had to go actually grind for stuff. And then they started making each expansion tailored to a specific way of doing things. This new stuff, though, I could teach both of y'all, or anybody even in chat for that matter. Give me 2 hours, I could teach you how your professions would work, no problem. It's not, the profession's not the problem. It's how you have to tailor your specializations with your point system. That's the confusing part of it.
Yeah.
That's the part that everybody, if you don't do it right, fucks up. And if you don't get high enough to unlock everything, you can shoot yourself in the foot.
I just want to make a cool robe for my wizard, man. Just let me have a button that says "Make cool robe for wizards."
Have they introduced the new profession in WoW, crocheted?
No.
Oh no, but I heard that the first recipe you learned was crotchless underwear.
I'm just waiting for the next expansion that's coming out, because
or as they call it in the Horde side, the Jaina Crotchmore.
That's not true, Clan. It's only called that if you're talking to Thrall.
That's true, because he dabooed her zugzug.
Everybody else calls it Jaina Crotchless.
Yeah. I like how they're getting ready to make Legion 2 the search for more subscribers.
That ain't all they're doing, though. That's why I'm more excited about what they're doing with the vanilla zones than I give a flying shit about the Legion coming back for the third time. It's not Legion 2, it's Legion 3, Clan. Get it right. It's Legion 3.
Well, what was Legion 2?
This is the third time the Legion's attacked. Remember when
if you go back to
Khadgar took over, that was Legion 1. When
Yeah.
Khadgar took over from Medivh, that was Legion 1. Legion 2 was Legion, and this will be Legion 3.
That's true. But you can't count like wow.
But we still had to deal with the Legion in Outlands.
Yeah. A little bit. Okay, so Illidan 3, we'll call it Illidan 3.
Okay,
To
that
search,
works.
to search for more subscribers.
Because he's
yeah.
coming back from space to whoop these mothers again. It's gonna happen.
Illidan will be there, the Legion will be there, the Void will be there. Lots of fun stuff.
But it's what they're doing with the vanilla zones that I'm pumped for.
Are you talking about the freaking dragon racing?
No.
Okay, good.
It's the fact that Jean Greymane is going to take back Gilneas. It's the fact that the wolves are going home. The fact that the night elves are going to get a new home. The undead are actually going to retake the ruins of Lordaeron again. Everybody's changing their locations and getting more fortified in their actual homes. Like the Echo Isles for the trolls are going to change shape and take on a new form.
Will Anduin and Sylvanas be back?
I don't know if Sylvanas will get out of Shadowlands by
Listen,
that
they'll
time.
they'll need her. They'll need her.
I'm not saying that she won't come in handy, but I don't know if she'll complete her task in time.
And I'm just going to say this: not even Sylvanas deserves the Shadowlands.
Well, she's got to complete.
What is she going to do? Work in the Spirit Halloween? That's it, almost now.
She has to complete the task that Tyrande punished her with, or she'll never get to leave that hellhole. Tyrande punished her with the ultimate punishment.
True.
She is not to leave Shadowlands until every soul that is in the mall is sent where it's supposed to be.
Now she's a cashier yelling at people for stealing the Varian Wren costume out of the Spirit Halloween store.
And where is he anyways? Right?
Where'd
Varian end
Oh,
up?
with Varian.
He died in Legion. We didn't see
did.
him anywhere in Shadowlands. And you know
He
good and damn
should
well
be
that
some-
motherfucker should have been there somewhere.
Maybe they're going to fart him away in a future expansion like they did Arthas. The biggest bad guy, one of the biggest bad guys to ever hit WoW. Bye.
But Anduin will probably come back once that paladin shows his true colors.
Maybe. I think Anduin will come back maybe with the Void, because the thing about Anduin is that Anduin's special because he can hold the light and the void.
He can do both. Yeah.
He can do both. So I think when the conflict starts real big between the void and the light is when Anduin will show up.
But the problem is he's going to be tempted to choose the void over the light. And I don't know how well Stormwind is going to welcome him home.
That guy that's over the Alliance can just fuck off.
Well, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about Stormwind as a whole. The people of Goldshire and Stormwind as a whole, not the political heads of Stormwind.
I think that he'll show up to show people that the void isn't inherently bad. It's how you use it. Because remember, there's the void elves.
No. But
they're good guys.
Yeah. Just like they're saying that the blood elves are bad guys. The blood elves are not bad guys. The night elves fucked them over.
That's true. But now it's weird. They went back on it. Now there's blood elves and there's high elves.
Yeah.
So the night elves took them to Bangkok?
Diz just wanted to drink again. I don't know what the hell that was about. You could have just drank without bringing it up, Diz.
Listen, I don't know if you know this or not, but Bangkok is a fun word. So everybody, if you're watching, I would highly recommend you look around your room. See if anybody's there that can listen. They may get offended. If there's nobody there, then you go Bangkok and see if you don't put a smile on your face.
I thought you were going to ask to look around the room and see if you could see anything that resembled Bangkok.
I mean, maybe they have a map there near them. They're like, oh yeah, there's Bangkok right there.
They got one of those displays on the wall with the Bangkok on.
There you
But
go.
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure the reason that Gene's taking back Gilneas is because he's tired of the Paladin's bullshit. Like
he hates that guy.
Gene doesn't want him there at all. Matthias doesn't trust him at all. So when the leader of SI7 doesn't trust you, the right hand of the king hates you, how long do you sit in power before you're dethroned or killed?
Yep, not a long time. Hold on. Chad's got a question. Diz, what's the capital of Thailand?
I'll say Bangkok. We need lights and stuff here. Let's do this. There you go.
Nice. If you're in a club in Bangkok, they actually use these lights. We have dinosaurs dancing in chat. Look at there. It's beautiful. So, anybody got anything else they want to talk about? Anything they want to? Oh, wait a minute. I will say this. Hold on. There was a message sent to me by someone, and I'll just answer it right here on stream. So,
is it like one of those Casey Kasem letters?
Hey, Chad, Casey Kasem. This week's long distance dedication comes to us all the way deep in the heart of Texas. That's right. Big Sly, the streamer guy, writes us now saying, hey, Nerdacopia Network, got a question for you. Why the move back to the purple side? Just have this question, kind of curious. Well, Sly, here's your long distance dedication. Did you like that? Now we got a bit we can do every week.
You can do that or strong bad. Either one. Acceptable.
Hello, Sly sent me a message. He said, what the fuck is up with the purple brand? G2G, Bisla TV. So, full transparency here.
Full
because
pants?
That's what we like.
He said full pants. I heard him.
I said the trans.
Transparency.
Full transparency. Actually, wouldn't transparency be if you did wear crotchless or assless, chaps?
Purple.
Because then you can see what's in the pants.
What if you just wear see-through pants?
I mean, that is an option. This is America. No one can take away your right to wear invisible pants.
I mean, what if you just had the windbreaker pants? That
To be
clear.
To be fair, there was a lady I saw today that got banned in an airport for wearing her cosplay because they said her cosplay was inappropriate.
I mean, I've seen a lot of inappropriate cosplay.
Chad, if you wear inappropriate cosplays, please send an email to info@nerdacopia.net with a picture of your inappropriate cosplay to win our Discord Inappropriate Cosplay of the Week contest, sponsored by Double Up Buck. And the winner will receive 1 box of Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat.
Oh, well, I'm winning that. Give me about 10 minutes after the show ends. It'll be Cowboy Bebop.
So, and this, feel free to chime in on this as well. But we like the other brand. We don't have a problem with the other brand. The other brand was fine. Um, the big thing is as of right now, I don't think it's got all the options that we want it to have. Like the increased split is fine, and if you want to support us, feel free to go over there and hit the subscribe button over there too, because that's on. Yeah, or here or whatever. Follow. We just really want the follows, to be honest with you. So like Botrix works 50% of the time if it's a good day.
If their server's not maxed out.
If the server's not maxed out or
they're not running a health check on it that day.
Exactly. If they're not on vacation, which that was a status message in Botrix last week. We're all on vacation. Hope nothing breaks. We'll get to you next week.
They don't have a member in IT like Clan that works no matter what's going on.
Exactly. I'm available, Botrix, all I'm saying. So here's the big things, and I think Diz will agree with me. Like I said, feel free to chime in, Diz, if you want anything to it. If once they release the API to public, that way we can use like stream elements or mix it up, things like that. Yeah, with that. And I think for me, the other thing is the PayPal integration.
Yeah, a few quality of life things.
That'll be a big thing. Which they, according to them, they said should be up by Sunday.
The integration, the API will also help with OBS integration.
Yep. I think that is the big things. Once that's done, then that's fine. But also, and this may be everybody, I don't know, but it seemed like the engagement over there kind of went like this, and then went like this. So there's that too. But as far as being over there goes, don't have a problem with it. I mean, it works. It's fine. I wish they didn't send everybody to 720p. That's one thing I wish they wouldn't do. They will throttle you if you're not a partner down to 720p if you want to, or the multi-streaming thing is good if Restream wouldn't lock you at 720p if you don't pay $50 a month for 1080p, which there's workarounds for that, and we did that there the last couple streams. But I think that's it. Once they do that, then I think it'll be a bigger place to go with more viability for competition. I think the 95.5, you can't beat it. It works. We've gotten paid twice from there already. So that was good. But yeah, that's the big thing is I think the biggest thing for us is the API integration. If we can get our stuff working over there the way it does over here, that'll be a big thing. But like I've seen other people jump over. Like I know B, she's streaming over here. She's streaming a lot over there now. Which is good because that means there's somebody over there playing Final Fantasy 14. Which I appreciate.
We weren't seeing any change in like viewership, I mean, streaming on Twitch or Kick, it was the same type of numbers in the streaming.
Yeah. Honestly, the biggest growth that we've had the last 6 months or so has been YouTube.
Yeah. Video, not streaming on YouTube. We did a little bit of that.
Just the videos.
Just the videos, yeah.
Yeah, we're starting to see engagement over there. It's very surprising, honestly.
We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll listen. I am an attention whore, so the more attention you give me, the better. The more attention you give me, the more quality content I provide. All the way down to the crotchless underwear, the crotchless crocheted underwear, chat.
Yeah.
So yeah, we won't say that we won't stream on Kick again because I'm sure we will. But also it's just a lot easier for Diz to get everything ready over here. He doesn't have to set up everything in 2 different places.
Yeah, it's a change one thing and hit one button and go.
Yep. So that helps too, chat. But there you go. I hope that answered your question, anonymous texter, whose name may or may not be Big Sly TV.
Most of what you just named as quality of life issues is why I haven't hit the go live on the other brand.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's great. If I was streaming by myself, I mean, I do have a channel over there. Diz has a channel over there. Buck has a channel over there.
I have one.
They're all over there.
Hit the live.
They even have follows. I would definitely be trying it out. It's just right now for the Nerdacopia stuff, it's just a lot easier as of right now, as of August 10th, 2023. It's just a lot easier right now over here than it is there. Like I said, it's quicker. We don't have to set up Kick and YouTube. We can just hit go live on Twitch and it's done. We download the video later. Now, streaming over there is a lot better because we can do the multi-stream thing out of OBS now. We have that plug-in, and we can hit both the green side and YouTube. So we don't have to worry about downloading a video and editing and all that stuff. It's just published and there it is and it's done. That it helps. But as far as getting the stream ready, because there's always like before the stream, we're always in a call talking, and Diz is having to adjust like today. He had to adjust my transparency and stuff so that I looked okay on camera. But that takes time. And if we were over there, it would be that plus having to set up the stream in both places, or he'd be like, hey, Diesel, can you set up the stream on Kicking YouTube for me while I'm fixing this? So that's just the long and short of it. It's not that we prefer one over the other. It's just that this one is just easier right now.
And Buck, if you decide to move over there and let's say you do the multi-stream like we were doing to YouTube and Kick, it's going to store your video on YouTube immediately and you won't lose it.
Yep.
It's not going to delete it.
Yep. That's the other thing. There's upsides and downsides to everything. Like I said, we may go next week and go, you know what? We're going to stream on Kick this week. It could happen. I don't know if it will, but it could. Who knows? That's why you follow along in the Discord. Then it'll tell you where we're live at. Also, may make you immune to fire. Will not make you immune to fire.
I feel like with all the nerve burns that I've had, I'm immune to the feel of fire.
That I would agree with. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that one. Yeah.
My skin may still melt depending on how hot it is, but I don't think I'd feel it.
So how did it feel to ride the Lightning?
Well, you don't get to go to sleep when they're doing it.
So see, I find that
you get to feel it all.
I find that just wrong. I feel like that's definitely something that they should do when you're asleep.
No, because you have to be awake so that they know that you still have feeling in your fingers, because if they mess that up, you could lose all feeling in your hands. And then you won't even know if you're picking up your glass unless you're physically looking and making sure that you make the conscious effort to close your hand around the object, because you won't even realize that you're gripping anything because you won't feel it. So you have to be awake to make sure that they don't burn the wrong nerves.
Mm-hmm. That important safety tip.
So you got to be awake for it. So but it's a whole different ball game of pain.
Yeah.
And I've had it done twice, like 2 sessions of this shit. So it's not the greatest in the world, but I can say I've lived through it.
There you go.
And the procedure does not make you immune to falling rocks.
Oh, bad for El Rio. He's highly allergic to falling rocks.
It's happened to him twice.
That's true. I almost killed him a second time with falling rock. Completely accidental.
But was it though?
I was gonna say I don't feel like that's accidental.
Yeah, I think that's a
I didn't
pattern.
plan it.
And you try, well, I wouldn't say you physically tried to kill Yarman with it, but there was an incident with falling rocks that all could have killed Yarman too.
It
So
could
I feel
have,
like
bro.
Sly is a glutton to die at the hands of rocks.
Yeah.
Listen, two things. One, Mordecai still can't believe you don't remember getting crushed by that rock. That's crazy. Two, the Forgotten campaign, Diz just tries to kill everybody because I think it's got the most deaths of any campaign that Diz has DM'd. And it's only like 15 episodes in.
Yep. And we're playing on Sunday, so
That is true.
get to find out what's
Right
behind
here.
the door. Behind the door.
Wish that party would bring me my good news.
It's Herbert from the Family Guy.
Yeah. Open that door, you little horny sumbitch. You better be home, else Elreal will get hit by rocks. But this time it'll actually be a creature called a rock that will hit him.
Elreal opens the door and they were talking to a large rock and it falls on him.
Now that would be the way to go. 100%. But it wasn't a rock.
It was a rock monster. Roper.
I got a roper.
Roper tried to eat Clan's character in our first campaign.
It did.
His characters had this bad habit of almost getting eaten by monsters for some reason.
Yes, it happened more than once. Yep.
I mean, this campaign, the theme is kill Clan's character while he sleeps.
I know, which is rude, right?
Right?
Chat, that is just rude as shit.
He wasn't
I think
even
we can
in
all
the
agree
game.
on that. Exactly. I wasn't even there. Rude.
No mercy.
That used to be a good pay-per-view back in the day.
Chad, that's why you always show up, even when you're in the hospital. That way, if you're going to die, you die there in the session.
That's true. And then everybody else gets to hear the nurse come in going, "Oh, honey, look at that. You're playing your video games with your friends. Oh, that's nice. I need to just take some blood and pee in this tube."
No, nobody heard the nurse say a damn thing to me because she came in and goes, "I won't say a word, I promise." And she just stabbed me, and I was like,
yeah. That's when you go, "Simone, nurse, what are you doing?"
Everybody has equal opportunities to die in my game.
That's true. That is true.
But I did, talking about Baldur's Gate 3, though, I did see a little like Facebook short of a guy had a group and he had a halfling in his party, and they were standing in front of this double wooden door. He rolled a nat 20, and that halfling kicked that door to pieces and watched it fall in. And I was like, "It's JD."
Yeah,
he just got pissed off and just kicked that fucking door to shit.
I have rolled 3 nat 20s in Baldur's Gate 3 so far, and each time I was very happy. I've also rolled a couple of nat 1s, and I was not happy at all. So it really is just like you're playing D&D, except you're just in somebody else's. You're being DM'd to by somebody else.
So I had a question about D&D, and I've asked you guys about this before, but I've had this idea for a type of game for a while. So right now we're playing the classic campaign, which will last, between 2 and 4 years, right? But I find that it becomes challenging for some people to kind of stick with something that long because even if they want to, life happens and stuff like that. So I thought of this game type where it's more just like a heroes guild, like you guys are kind of in this one, except like I would do like 4 or 5 sessions with a group of heroes from that guild going out and doing a quest, and then coming back to the guild hall and you know interacting with all the others. So you could even play different heroes each time, and then kind of do like 5 or 6 episodes, and then if some people want to bail out, or if I want to change some actual players out, and do another like 5 or 6 episodes on another little story arc or something. It wouldn't be like what everything wouldn't be kind of related. It would just be like little mini adventures that you would do. Would that be something you guys would be interested in, or do you like the long arcing campaign? Not that I'm going to change it, but somewhere in the future I might do something like that.
I'm somewhere in the middle, to be honest. Like I would be fine with the, you know, adventure of the week type deal, like you were talking about.
Mhm.
But I think at some point, for it to really feel like you've actually done something, that it would have to tie everything together into a central story, right? At some point. I mean, it may
Uh,
not even be for a while, but at some point you would, for me myself, I would like to think that my character was involved in something. It's D&D. Like they're involved in something more than just go and kill 20 mice for Farmer Fred and then come back.
Punching the 9 to 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Plan you're not real happy about fairy tale type D&D. And in case you don't know the anime, it's a guild that their named is Fairy Tale, and they take contracts and go and assist, and they have it as tiers from like D to S rank, and then they go and do the mission and then come back to the guild and turn it in to get paid.
No, I mean I'm fine with that. Like I said, as long as there's
Well, no, I mean it's telling a story through the whole anime, but
yeah,
they're going on different tasks
yeah.
throughout the thing.
Yeah, like I said, I'm fine with that as long as there's some kind of overarching story that I don't even have to be aware of at all. But at some point, I'd like to think that there's more than just I'm pretending I'm playing this character that is just real life me in another world. Having to go out and get a job and then work and come back home. You
Yeah,
know,
and then there could be an overarching theme that kind of you'd have to put it together as you kind of go through it, but um, you would change out players, like maybe even every
you
adventure
could
you
do
might
it.
even change out players.
You
So.
could do it like Supernatural. And let me explain this to you because Diz has yet to watch
Mm.
Supernatural. All right. So, they have the bad guy of
I'm
the week,
I'm
right?
watching the prequel to Supernatural though right
Oh,
now.
no, Glenn, tomorrow, Gibbs slap him so hard he face plants the door for me. Tell him it's from Buck right before you jar him senseless.
You watching Gilmore Girls
Yeah.
where
Because
Sam is
that is
Dean?
not because that is not.
No. No. You're right, that's the problem. Like with Seinfeld, I never could get into Seinfeld because it was just, this is what we're doing this week, and there's no rhyme or reason, and there's nothing, right? It's just 10 years of what'd you do today? Well, today we're going to go do this. And it's going to be really wacky. There's just nothing. There's no nothing, right? Supernatural, there's the no, I like sitcoms. I do. But even in sitcoms, there's generally some kind of continuity eventually, right? Um, with Supernatural, there's the villain of the week that they have to stop. There's something they have to do that week. But then there's also the meta plot of the season,
Like the
which
yellow eyes demon.
exactly, which you may not get to for a couple of episodes that season. It may not even talk about it for a couple of episodes that season, and then it will pick it up and go on with it and expand that story a little bit more until it comes up to the end of the season where they have to confront the big bad of that season. Which is fine. You could even do that. It's like, okay, season 1, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. These characters are going to come in. Odd job, odd job, odd job, odd job. But each one kind of fills in a little bit of the blank about what's going on. And then at the end of the season, 13 episodes or whatever, you have to you figure out who the big bad is or whatever the big whatever it is that season, and then you tackle that problem.
So do it like a sitcom or a show like that where it's well, not a sitcom, but you do it like 13 to 15 sessions, and there is a story arc in
Right.
that, and then maybe that story arc at the end of it ties into a bigger story arc.
Right. And then if you go along with it, you could maybe even have a big, huge, this is the meta plot for the campaign, even though it doesn't look like a campaign. And each season kind of gives you a little bit of information about what's really going on in the world. Like Sly says here, the continuity in the sitcoms may not be an overarching story like it is in a drama, but like Supernatural does it well because there's overarching story in the drama and you move that along, right? So you fill in the gaps of what's the big bad of that season and what's going on really. But there's also character development. So one episode of that season may be about, well, everybody wonders why this character is acting like this. Well, in this episode, we're going to explore, they're going to delve into why this character is the way that they are. What happened to this character to make them that way, or why is this character acting this? Exactly, a backstory. And it may not have anything to do with the overarching seasonal plot, but it's growth for that character. And you get to learn more about the characters themselves so that each character becomes, important to the overarching story. That's not to say that the character can't die somewhere in the story or whatever, but you get to learn more about that character. You get to care about that character, and the audience begins to care about these characters because they know they learn the character. Exactly.
So just use an example from our current D&D campaigns. Like one season for you guys would have been El Turo.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. You guys couldn't get out of El Turo.
Right. Or like in the original campaign, like one season plot could have been about the whole, Agminos has to go and rescue his sister and Lauren, but he has no idea how to do it. And then you have to, in one episode, it's furthering the plot, but the big thing is Agminos has to make a decision that it's going to affect his character, his life for the rest of time. He has to make this decision. Does he do it? But because he did it, you understand though his way of thinking and why he does it. He doesn't do it, the thing he did, he killed all those creatures, right? To get the treasure they hoarded. But we got a raid. Hey, Dungeon Mechanics, what's up? We got a raid.
Hey, I know those people.
Awesome. Thank you for the raid. Yeah. Welcome in, everybody. We are Nerdacopia Network, and of course, Double Op Buck, as always, the pretty face that he is.
I don't know about all that now.
We do retro, we do talk shows such as this, and we do D&D. So hopefully you all enjoy that. And if you like it a whole lot, maybe you'll hit that follow button.
I mean, by just what saying. Clan's talking about, though, Diz, you've kind of done that in Cataclysm. Vampires attacked us at the beginning.
Yeah.
JD went to Icewind Dale, fought him. They found one in Daggerford. We have no idea what the hell that has to do with, but that could be way further on in the story, and we find out later.
Yeah, I do kind of write that way.
Yeah,
I do kind of write that way anyway.
That's an arcing plot that we're dealing with, and we have no idea where it's leading to.
I think the only difference there would be when you get to the end of one of those arcs or seasons that you would have a cast change out a little bit, change out some of the people playing the game, Maybe even change out the entire group. Maybe you've got 6 people playing, and then you jump over, and there's a whole other 6 people in another part of the world doing something else, and it all kind of culminates into
Yeah.
a big story.
Whenever I'm trying to think of stories like this in my mind, my mind tries to line it out like it's a TV show or a movie. There's and if you kind of notice that when you're doing the show, right? The D&D campaign's the same thing, right? You have the beginning, you're introducing everybody. You have your rising action. You have your big moment, and then you have the falling action that ends in fighting the big bad, saving the world, or hopefully fighting the big bad and saving the world. You could fight the big bad and die, and in which case the world ends. Thank you.
Or you can do like you did in El Turo, and you complete every quest in the freaking city.
That's true. That's true. We listen. Our party bucked we the left shit out one of that.
Quest. We didn't take care of the slumlord.
It's true. It's true.
True. Will that come back to hurt you? That is the question.
I mean, I did send Nathaniel after the slumlord, though.
Yeah.
I did send the Hell Riders after the slumlord, so maybe we took care of it by proxy of the Hell Riders.
Maybe. We can only hope. You'll have to go back to El Turo. Also, did you notice Baldur's Gate? They don't call it El Turo. They call it El Turel.
El Turel, yeah. And that's probably how you pronounce it. That's just
how they pronounce it in Baldur's
Gate. Nobody's ever pronounced it for me, so I pronounce it how
you don't know until you hear it, right? You just don't know. It's like it can go this way.
There's other words like that in D&D, and I'd say that like one way, and like there's like I've heard other people say it like 3 different ways. So it's just
Faerun and Faerun.
Yeah, I always knew it was Faerun. Yeah, Faerun.
But I have heard Faerun, and then I've heard Faerun.
Yeah.
So,
and then Toril, the planet.
Yeah. Abir Toril.
Yeah.
That's its old name.
Yep. Well, that's because for a while, at least, the other half, the other side of the planet was the Greyhawk campaign.
Abir Toril was like one planet where the Titans and everything kind of coexisted, and then the gods separated the two. So Abir became a different like realm or something, different dimension or something. It's just like, as far as I know, it's just like Toril is. It's just the Titans exist on Abir. So, if I remember correctly, I did this research like, I don't know, 8 years ago or something.
But hey, everybody, if you are not following Dungeon Mechanics, please go and do that. Because they're cool and we like them.
When they're not trying to kill us. Oh, wait, that's just me.
I will say that's just you. Dungeon Mechanics has yet to try to. Well, I don't know.
If they haven't challenged. They haven't challenged us yet.
We're still waiting on the invite. That's right. Not actually Heroes versus Dungeon Mechanics. For the fate of the world.
I'll make it fair. I'll just show up and watch. I don't have to play a character.
Can we get a belt made for the World D&D Championship?
We need to do that. Whoever wins it, we ship it to that person.
Yep. Who wins the World D&D Champion? Well, let me tell you something, brother. I'm going to roll net 20s on not tonight. Let me tell you something.
Like the league.
With my skill checks, run wild on you. Oh yeah. Listen, I'm fine with that. As long as I can bring in level 20 Ekminos, I'm fine with that.
Hey, me and Buck had a pretty good showdown there when I was running. I was running my rogue, and I was running clans sorcerer, I think.
Yeah, you were running Andros, yeah.
Andros, and that was a good little fight there. Buck rolled a nat 20 on me and got 1 hit point and stood back up. Otherwise, I might have been able to pull that one off.
I mean, to be fair, if our fucking fighter knew how to do reactions or fucking attacks of opportunity, your rogue wouldn't have been the issue.
Hey, all I'm saying, shocking grasp.
Well, he was
I know,
using
man,
it,
right?
but the problem is that the fighter wasn't taking out the rogue when he should have.
The rogue was just a distraction. He's like, look at me, I'm over here. It worked.
Hey, so if we do this episodic thing, do I get to be a bard?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can do whatever. So.
Yeah. Because if Mordecai dies, he's definitely coming back as a bard. Can Mordecai come back as a bard?
Yeah. Reincarnation, right?
Yeah. No, you don't know it, but the God Anwar brings Mordecai back because he holds a special place in his heart.
Is reincarnation when you drink the chocolate shake that you made for yesterday's breakfast for today?
Yes, that is reincarnation. Yes. You're gonna love it in an instant. I remember that. How show me you're old without telling me you're old. I remember Carnation instant breakfast.
I drank some of that.
Did you? I never drank it.
But I don't remember what it tastes like
very well.
It tastes like chocolate. It tastes like chocolate chalk. That's what it fucking tastes like.
I was gonna say. I was going to guess. I was going to guess ass. Just liquid ass.
You don't ever want to have that, Clan. That's when somebody
liquid ass is also the name of Clan Diesel sex stuff.
That's true.
So he first filmed Wet Heat, and then he did Liquid Ass.
Liquid Ass. Yeah, it's actually Liquid Ass is the sequel to Wet Heat. It's the Wet Heat calls the Liquid Ass.
But Liquid Ass was filmed in Bangkok.
Was in Bangkok, yes. See, Chad, I told you, comedy is a circle. You gotta loop it together. Oh Lord. All right. Well, anybody got anything else?
I mean, we could go all night, but
that's true. Hello, ladies. Remember to log in to Final Fantasy 14 chat and get your Power Ranger armor. You gotta be level 30 and you gotta meet the person in Limsa Lamensa. But then you get Power Ranger armor. I think that's worth it.
I mean, Sally filmed them.
I'm still making my way through that game. Takes a while when you read everything.
I don't. I did read everything, and I went faster than you. I think there's a problem that we need to discuss.
I think we need to get this on phonics.
You know what? I'll make a video of me reading the stuff. That way you can just listen to it.
It'll work.
We got to make this audiobooks. Damn it.
I mean, when you show up and the fucking pirate is talking, and I didn't understand one fucking word that one guy. What's his name?
You can't.
You guys call him Jackie. I just call him fucking Jack.
Jack, yeah.
The E is silent to me.
Yeah. To be fair, I wish that Jack was silent as well. I love watching jiggly bits and he's stabbing with the stabbing points in the very cove. It's brilliant. Hey, bugger.
That's what he sounds like. That's what he sounds like in my head. Like.
Yeah, he is just the cockneyest son of a bitch you ever met. Yeah, it is horrible reading his stuff. I'll agree with you. But you know what? I'll give you permission. You can skip him talking.
And of course I picked a rogue. So I had to start in the fucking Cockney land.
Once Diz hits 30, he won't have to worry about
Bangkok.
He'll just go fucking talk to the ninjas.
That's true. Yeah. Then you get to ninja rap. You got the ninja go. Yes. Which, oh, by the way, before we leave chat, Diz and I did go watch Ninja Turtles: The Mutant Mayhem, and I will report in that it is a very good movie.
Very good.
I was very worried. I'm not too up on the art style. It's a little off-putting, but the movie itself is very good.
I
I
just
still
don't
don't know
know
if
where
it's
they're
my
going to go with
second.
it. You know,
Oh, did you stay after the credits?
I did. I saw that, but still, even with that, I don't want to ruin anything, but it's a
Yeah, I
little
don't want to.
different than
Yeah,
what
it
you would
is different.
expect how it ends. And
Well, yeah, because there's bad guys that are now good guys, and good guys that are like weird, and then there's people that you expected to see that you don't.
yeah, it's interesting though. And
Also, I will
I would
say,
recommend it.
Jackie Chan is now my favorite Jewish Splinter.
Yeah, that's, I didn't realize it was Jackie Chan. And when you said that, I'm like, yes, of course it was. Why didn't I hear that?
Yeah,
But why did
yeah.
he does come across Jewish?
He does, doesn't he? He comes
And I don't
across
know
as a little
why.
Jewish man. I don't
Yeah.
either. But he is 100% Jackie Chan being a little Jewish man. And it's funny as hell. I kept
That's
looking at him
because
going,
Jackie Chan has
"Hey,
been
yeah,
knocked.
well."
That's because Jackie Chan's been hitting the head so many times doing stunts that he can't talk.
I kept on waiting for Splinter to invite me to the Turtles bar mitzvah.
Oh, and I don't think this is a spoiler, right? Because we've all seen different versions of the turtles, and sometimes it's Hamato Yoshi, and he turns into a rat, and sometimes it's a
Yeah.
rat that turns into a rat guy. This one does the rat into a rat guy. I kind of prefer it the other way, even though my favorite Turtles movie is is a rat and who turns into a rat man. I kind of prefer it the other way because it doesn't make a lot of sense about the ninjutsu and how they learn it so easily. But they do kind of do a tongue in cheek
I love
montage.
that part. Yes, yes, that is totally a rip on Jackie Chan. That montage, and it's funny as heck.
Yeah.
Also, the Nordic Geek says a mitzvah in Queens, which is the title of my third sex tape. Which you may not know, but my one of my stage names is known as the Jewish Jackhammer. So. I am known to party with some bagels and schmears. All I'm saying. That's right. That's right. Diesel. It's not just a name. It's also my sexual stamina.
He also utilizes jelly and gravy at the same time, chat.
No, I do not. No, no, I do not. That is not me. That is someone else.
Jelly and gravy is his fourth sex tape.
It's my fourth sex tape. Oh, we're gonna have a whole library of sex tapes by the time this is. It's gonna be a Time Life set.
Chat, follow me for more. I can give you at least 5 ways to fire Clan up to the point that he will fight you within 30 seconds.
Listen,
I can give you one that'll get him fired up to fight you within 2 seconds.
Interesting.
Ask him how much he loves Cecil.
Yeah, you just fuck right off. We don't use that kind of language around here. Teen stream, sir. Teen stream. All right. So with that.
And bathe them in butterscotch, chat.
Fucking butterscotch.
Yep. So show up Sunday. We're doing D&D here on Nerdicopia Network on Twitch.
7 p.m. Eastern time.
7 p.m. Eastern this Sunday.
Sunday.
If you missed that, that's okay. We got Super Retro Game Show on Monday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, right here.
That's true.
Here every Monday.
You can also catch repeats on YouTube over at NerdTube. Just go to youtube.com/Nerdacopia Network. You can catch up on all of our old content over there. Over 400 hours of quality content for $0.
And if you want to get in there and talk to us, we have a Discord.
We do. It's a fun place.
You can get in there. I think it has a full listing of all of Clan Diesel's sex tapes. So there's just a library in there. You can do your own research. You know.
I thought that broke TOS.
That's true. Also, Nordic Geek is right, but wait, there is more. If you join Discord, you can enter to win a free pair of crotchless crocheted underwear made by a member of our community.
Wait. I thought that there was a contest going on for a pack of rice-a-roni for the cosplay image.
We got multiple contests. It's great. It's a party over here. Everybody come in and join along. That's true. If you have inappropriate cosplays that may or may not get you, booted out at the airport, you can send those over there to the Discord, or better yet, send them to info@nerdacopia.net. Oh. That's right. We do need to make a trivia night though, so we can give away another set of rice-a-roni.
Yeah, I'm out of rice-a-roni. I need more.
We did that once, Chad, and Buck won the rice-a-roni, and he got rice-a-roni. Took twice to get it there, but he got it.
Yeah, fucking mail carriers suck, chat.
The mailman kept the first box.
Exactly.
He probably was in such shock that they made rice-a-roni still. He's like, I'm taking this shit home.
He was like, I love the San Francisco treat. The bad part is he was talking more about testosterone.
You're probably not wrong. Bad part is though that my mail carrier is female.
But then she definitely wanted some testosterone. Anything else, Diz?
Nope. Hit that follow button if you're not following us. Go over to the YouTube, hit that subscribe button over there, which is actually just a follow button. And also Double Buck here, go over to his channel, give him a follow. He streams throughout the week and plays D&D with us and DMs a game that I get to play in, so that's fun.
Eat our real drag queens.
Nope.
What?
Portland dies 2 Saturdays from now.
That's all right. I get to make my bard.
Oh, I'll kill it right off the bat. I'll drown it in the ocean by shooting it out of a torpedo tube.
It's going to be a combination of bard and cleric, and it's going to go around and try to exorcise demons from people. But he doesn't really know exactly what to do, and he gets things confused because he's also a bard. So he makes them do 5 Hail Marys and 2 Hello Dollies.
But I should be live tomorrow with some more 7 Days to Die.
Nice. Excellent.
Getting prepped for Horde Night. Horde Night should happen on stream tomorrow.
You know, I played that game with Buck one time, and for some reason, my character was just charred. Like he was completely charred looking.
I know what happened. I know what happened. Since you had never made a character, I had a setting turned on that you had to stick with whatever character you had already created, and since you hadn't made one, you were stuck with default, which was blank. So you came in as just
no
a silhouette.
All it had is eyes on a mouth.
As a silhouette.
There you go.
You and Clan both came in that way, and we at nighttime, all they had was their eyes, chat, like because you don't have your mouth ever open, so all they had was their eyes. And in the daytime, you could literally almost see through them because it was literally just a silhouette of a figure. It was kind of weird looking.
Yeah. Also, one thing we keep forgetting about this, but we have merch now. Right now we have merch for Super Retro Game Show, but we are adding more as we go along. But you can go right there, !merch, go to nerdicopia.net, and you can purchase our merch. You can decide to you can give us a donation if you want to there on the site. Or you can check out our latest TikToks, our latest YouTube videos right there on the site, and you can even also become a member. It's kind of like Patreon a little bit, but right now you get, if you decide to become, you can start out as little as $1. If you join at the $5 level or more, you get access to a role in Discord that gives you access to our sub-only Discord channels. And you also get a percentage off of merchandise in the store. So there you go. There is that.
But it should be 11 Central when I'm going live tomorrow.
Well, I'll have to jump in there and check him out. Hopefully work won't be crazy and I can kind of watch that while I'm doing some work.
It will hear you, Diz. You have to be very careful what you say. It will hear you.
I mean, to be fair though, chat, they're eating Mexican tomorrow, so
It is Mexican.
it's Friday.
Tomorrow.
It is. It's Fajita Friday. Even though I don't get fajitas, but it's Fajita Friday.
It's 5-job fiesta.
Now I do know some 4-job fiesta.
It's on Friday, 5th day of the week. 5-job fiesta.
Actually, this year's weird. I have not done I've not done a fiesta yet.
I haven't ever seen you do a fiesta because you don't ever stream it.
Everything is difficult for me. All right. You should see the list of things that I want to stream and that I won't play because I want to stream them. And now you know why my backlog is backed up to the PS2 era.
All right, so hopefully we'll see you guys on Sunday for our D&D game. Definitely check out Double Up tomorrow.
Yep. And once again, shout out to Dungeon Mechanics. We really appreciate the raid. They are a cool group. Buck plays with them. I played a one-shot with them.
We're
they
waiting
do really
on
cool
Nordic
D&D
to
content.
do more of that one shot.
That's true. So definitely go there and follow them, please. Tell them that Nerdicopia sent you, and they'll be glad that you showed up.
All right. Well, until we see you next time, Sam.
Hey, you kids, get off our lawn! Which is the title of my 5th sex tape.
It didn't cut off.
It didn't. Your mic's doing good. All right.
Well, it's a setting in Zoom.
No.
It is right.
Because I noticed it wouldn't cut me off ever if I was streaming. It was only when we were on Zoom calls.
All right.
So what you're saying is it's Diz's fault.
We should be using WebEx.
No.
So what you're saying is it's Diz's fault, Clan.
If you want to look like an old foreign film where it's like, what's going on?
Did you say old porn film?
Yes, old porn film.
Hello. Welcome to the Nerdicopia Network. We hope you enjoy our show. Join us for D&D Sunday at 7 p.m. It'll be great.
All right. See you guys later.
Bye.